Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's been a long time since I've done a new video. Kind of something a little different today. I usually do Maserati stuff, some how-tos on the head units and stuff like that. But now we got some new cars to go over, and no, it's not that. It's these. So my newest collection of the or the newest addition to my collection is a 2022 2LT C8 Coupe and a 2022 C8 1LT convertible, hardtop convertible. Just picked this one up a couple days ago. Torch red. And then the Coupe is the red mist metallic. This is a 1LT. Torch red. The options I chose for this one I did the bright red brake calipers. Also, I did the NPP sport exhaust, so it does have the sport exhaust. For the interior, we went with the adrenaline red seats. I did have a C7 that had the torch red with the adrenaline red seats, and I just love the color combination. By going with the adrenaline red seats, you get all the red stitching. I believe this car has about 220 miles on it at this time. We just drove it back from the dealership, and that's all the miles that we have on it. Kind of an interesting story on this one. That's the top going down. I personally love the look of the hardtop convertible. I do have a Coupe, which was the first one I purchased. Man, I just am blown away by the looks of the hardtop convertible. Just amazes me how good looking this car is. Possibly if I did it all over again, I would have got a couple of these instead of just one of each, but kind of gives me the best of both worlds, I guess. Kind of an interesting story on this car. This was serial number 10026. It was the very last Corvette to roll off the assembly line 2 hours before the Bowling Green, Kentucky tornadoes. This made it outside. It was covered and wrapped, and on the opposite side of the parking lot where the tornado hit. So all the vehicles sitting outside didn't sustain any damage. It was all the vehicles inside, which were 122 vehicles, that did get damaged, and they are going to the crusher. They're actually destroying all those cars. So the guys that were one serial number behind me, their cars are being rebuilt, and the original cars that they ordered are being crushed. Kind of a sad deal, but that's kind of the way it goes. So this car took 9 months to get, and I'll tell you, it's worth the wait. So I'm going to do a little comparison of the This is a 1LT hardtop convertible 2022, and this is a 22 2LT coupe. I was going to show you some differences that I have found that a lot of people have asked about, and that is the comfort of the different seats. So this one, as you can see, I have the GT2 seats on these, and on the 1LT I have the GT1 seats. Now, a lot of people have questions, you know, which seat do I get? Honestly, they are both incredibly comfortable. You know, one or the other, you're not going to go wrong. The width-wise, everything is the same. The only difference is basically you're getting his look, and you're getting the Napa leather, a little nicer leather on the GT2 seats. So that would be my, you know, after driving both of them, having a few hundred miles in both seats, they're both, like I say, they're both just incredibly comfortable. I do like the cool seats, the I guess air conditioned seats. I guess they're not air conditioned, but they flow air through them, and also the heated seats and stuff. So that's one thing that I really like. Another thing is, a lot of people ask about our aftermarket wheels. You could see on the stock wheels how they kind of set in. These are MRR FSO6s, excuse me, and you can see how they fill the wheel well out very nicely. Now, one thing that's really hard to choose from is going to be the hardtop convertible and the coupe. Both, I mean, I love the look of both. I love being able to see into the engine bay and seeing the engine. I absolutely love that. And also the convertible. I absolutely love the look of the hardtop convertible. So as you can see, this one's a torch red, and then this is the red mist metallic. I actually love both the cars. I love both the colors. I did have a C7 with this exact same color combination with the torch red and the adrenaline red seats in it. Now, one nice thing about when you get the adrenaline red seats, you get all the red stitching and everything on it. So I think most people know, but you know, some of the differences that when you're trying to choose between a hardtop convertible and the coupe, when you take your top off, just remember you're always going to retain your trunk on the hardtop convertible. You'll never lose that space, unlike the coupe, where when you take the top off, you're gonna lose a lot of the space. You'll be able to put stuff underneath it and a little bit of room, but not much. So that's one nice thing about the hardtop convertible, is you retain that trunk space at all times. And also being able to take the top down and put it up in, you know, 15 seconds is pretty awesome too. So let's talk a little bit about the differences between the 2LT coupe and a 1LT hardtop convertible. Of course, the 2LT, you're going to get a few more options on it, which is I really like. You're going to get the upgraded Bose system. So whenever you see the silver, that means it's a 2LT or a 3LT. 2LT comes with a heated steering wheel, comes with heated and cooled seats, lumbar, heads-up display. Comes with navigation. Also, you get the rear camera, or the rear view mirror camera, and then you also get a PDR, and these are the mics. There's one on each door, so when you're talking, it'll pick you up. Also, you're going to get 2 cameras up front, which I use a lot. So there's some perks on the 2LT. However, if you were to get a 1LT, I mean, it's loaded with options and stuff that, you know, a guy that didn't have the 2LT, you know, just had a 1LT, you're not going to miss a whole lot in here. So you get the standard, I think it's a 10 speaker system, and it just absolutely looks, excuse me, it absolutely sounds amazing. So I mean, the 14 speaker is awesome, but the 10 speaker system in here is also awesome. Now the seats, as you can see, there's no lumbar on here, but everything else is power. They're extremely comfortable seats, extremely comfortable seats. You don't get the heads-up display, which I personally, I don't use the heads-up display. Something I tried to use and I just haven't gotten used to it, so maybe in the future I will. The heated and cool seats, I drove it home, when it was cold, and I didn't have any problems, but it is nice, you know, maybe when you have the top down or something, it'd be nice to have heated seats when it's cool, but not really necessary. Especially if you live down in the south somewhere in a warmer climate. Also, this does not have navigation. However, it does have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. So you really don't need navigation in here. Trying to think what else. Now the hardtop convertible comes with the rear view mirror camera. So it comes with that. Now if you were to get a 1LT Coupe, it would not have that. Also, now one thing I did get on the Coupe, I do have mag ride, and it is pretty cool. I actually usually run it in the softest mode, and honestly, the the 1LT rides incredibly smooth, handles incredible. I don't know, the mag ride, it's probably nice if you're going to track it, do some things on there. You know, maybe when you do some aggressive driving, some spirited driving, it might be okay. But I don't know, the mag ride is, I don't know, it's not all that necessary. It's kind of just a luxury feature, I guess, if you want to call it that. So kind of one of my observations here. Now, one thing I do like of the hardtop convertible is the way it looks. I just absolutely love it. Just awesome. Now, also, when you have the top up, you're able to roll that back window down. I tell you what, you could really hear that exhaust and stuff. In the Coupe, you can't hear the exhaust all that much at all. So having the top down completely, or that window down, you could really hear that engine. It's awesome. So there's a lot of advantages and disadvantages of each. Now that 2LT, I did get some other options on it. I did get some carbon fiber on the inside package, and of course the red mist paint, the stripe, some of that stuff that kind of up the cost a little bit more. Now this one does have the NPP exhaust, so I would suggest, if you're not going to be switching out to an aftermarket exhaust system, get the NPP. I think it sounds phenomenal. I probably won't be upgrading my exhaust systems on it, because we're going to be doing a lot of traveling and stuff on it. So if you want to, you know, just a base car, I tell you what, they're pretty darn loaded. It's hard to say that these are just a base car. They still have the launch control. They have, you know, everything that you would want in one. So options you could do on this are, you know, you could either get an HTC hardtop convertible, or you could do a coupe and load the coupe up. So price-wise, you could really do a lot. But I'll tell you what, you know, you get a 1LT car, you know, do wheels on it, you can do exhaust, you can still take this thing to the track and drag race it if you want. It does not, I did not get any Z51 package. I don't see the reason to. I will never track it, and it's not needed if you're tracking it on a drag strip. You don't need the Z51 package. The Z51 package is pretty much only for track driving, you know, around a track. Like I say, it's not needed for a drag strip. So that's a lot of, and you could get pretty much every option other than the larger brakes, which once again, on a drag strip, you don't need larger brakes. These brakes are built pretty tough and have enough stopping power just the way they are. So just to kind of wrap things up, my observation is on both of these cars, a 1LT and a 2LT, they pretty much handle very similar as far as going with the mag ride and one without the mag ride. I think they just handle phenomenal. Thanks so much.